Hey everyone, this is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle that was first submitted to me, well, recommended to me, I think about 4 months ago. And I reached out to the setter who had basically disappeared, and I got a message yesterday saying, "Hi, I'm back, and sure, you can do my puzzle." So this is Parity in Pink by TidepoolSalts. When I didn't get a response, as I said, I think it was about 4 months ago, I actually gave this puzzle a shot and I found it quite tricky. But I did manage to get through it in the end. I think I worked on it with someone else. It may have been the person who recommended it. And actually got through the puzzle, but I found it quite tricky. So this is not the first time I've solved this puzzle. I don't remember too much about it, but just letting you know, not a fully blind solve. What else is going on? First of all, I want to thank Benjamin Cramphorn, a new patron of mine. So thank you for jumping on board. So I'd had some feedback about the poll that I'm running on the best of 2022, and that someone found it confusing that the votes were for the puzzles, but their playlist had the video name. So I've put a list on the poll of the videos that refer to which puzzles. That's just because YouTube only allows me to make a playlist of videos, and they're the videos that have the puzzles in them. They were in exactly the same order, so the first video in the playlist was the first puzzle on the recommendation list, but I understand why that could be confusing. So if you want to go through and remind yourself about the videos by looking at the thumbnails or whatever, and then go back and do all of that. If you haven't seen them all before, feel free to just vote on the puzzles you've seen, although that will put a bias on the more recent ones. I don't know, but I have created the playlist which has the puzzles that you could look at. Yeah, I know it's tricky. I thought it would be a bit of fun, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I won't do this again. Yeah, let's have a look at Parity in Pink by TidepoolSalts. So how does this work? Oh, one other thing I do want to call out is if you look at the playlist section, I've recently, as something to distract myself and have a bit of fun, I used to play a lot of computer games and fantasy computer games, but I find those being too consuming and I get too obsessed on them. So what I've started doing is I've started playing a solo variant of D&D, which is a published set of rule books which does all of that. And I started playing a campaign and I was having a lot of fun with it. And I was chatting to one of my testers who turned around and said, "That'd be a lot of fun. You should record that." So I kind of have, and I've started recording a campaign which I've reset, and I'm doing that. So one of my playlists, it's unlisted. It'll never come up. If you're not interested in D&D at all, then ignore it. But there is a playlist on the channel now, which is me playing solo D&D. It's only got one video for now, but I'll probably do more. If it's not your thing, ignore it. Just completely ignore it. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. I'm not saying go here or, yeah, just mentioning it's something I'm doing just to relax. I'm not going to make it anywhere near as formal as what I'm doing with the puzzle stuff. I'm not going to do any engagement. Will I stream it in future? Probably not. But we'll see how it all goes. I just thought I'd mention that was there because a few people have found it and commented that they found it a lot of fun. So anyway, Parity in Pink by TidepoolSalts. Normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Every digit on a pink, or every digit on a pink parity line is of the same odd even parity. So if we find a digit on one of these lines, we know the parity, odd even parity of every digit on a line. Digits cannot repeat on parity lines. Okay, I remember that being important. Stop talking about what I remember, solve the puzzle. Digits in cages sum to a multiple of the total number of cells on every line it intersects, regardless of whether each individual cell is on each line is actually in the cage or not. That sounds complex, but it's actually not. The example given actually helps a lot. So this cage here must sum to a multiple of 10. And the reason we know that is because it intersects these three lines. So this line here, this line here, and this line here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cells of line. So it intersects lines that contain 10 cells. Therefore, this cage will be a multiple of 10. That's all it means, and you can do that for all of the cages. So what are the other rules? Digits in bordered cells, we've got one of them, must be odd, and cells separated by a V must sum to 5. Not all V's are given. that's what we've got for the puzzle. I'm going to restart it. To restart my timer, there is a link below to where you can try this one yourself. When I first did this, I found this a lot more tricky than I thought it would. But I have solved this before, so I don't know what my time is going to be this time. But I don't remember much. Let's give this a shot. So, first thing, of course, I'm going to do is these are all even lines because there are even digits on them. This has an odd digit, so that is going to be an odd line. These two are on the same line. They cannot be even because that would put 5 evens in the row and 5 evens in this box. That would break. So these are odd. It can't put, this can't be even because I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 evens. All those two cells would have contained 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. That's not going to work. Those are odd. This is an odd digit. This is an even digit. Let's mark the given digit. It's easy to ignore given digits. So I have all 5 odd digits. So those are even. That line is a bit weird. I know why that line is there. That line is there because of the total of that box. Right. Cool. So that, you don't need that clue. Speaking of clues, this cage must sum to a multiple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Multiple of 9. So it's not going to sum to 9 because what's the minimum that this could sum to? 36, which would be if this is a 9. So it's between 36 and 44. So 36 is a multiple of 9. The next multiple of 9 is 45. So it is 36 and this is a 9. So this is an odd digit and this is an even digit. Okay. Oh, these are odd because I've already got 3 evens in the row. If these was even, I'd have 5 evens in the row. There's only 4 evens between 1 and 9. Those are odd. Making some progress. It's slow progress, but it's slow progress. I remember hating the math on these cages. I'm trying to do as much as I can without it. I don't remember. So, actually, what can I tell about this? So this is an 8-cell cage. What's it have to sum to a multiple of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it sums to a multiple of 8. So again, the minimum here is 36. Now, 36 is 36 a multiple of 8. So what are the multiples of 8? 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, and 48. So the only one between 36 and 44 is 40. So this has to sum to 40. This is a 5, which is odd. Okay. Does that do anything? Because I've still got the ability for this to be 4 even or 4 odd digits. I can't remember if it was math on this. Okay, what does this sum to? 1, 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this sums to a multiple of 6. So because it's a multiple of 6, it's going to have to sum to an even digit. Now, I've got even and even. I've got an odd. So if these were both odd, this would sum to an odd total. If these were both even, this would sum to an odd total. So this is an even and an odd. Can I do anything with that? It's an even and an odd. Hang on, this is a 5-cell line. So this has to contain all of the digits, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. But I can't put 9 in here, so this is a 9. And now this is a 9 by Sudoku. And these are 1, 3, 5, and 7. And there's no 3 here. Use the 5-cell lines. That's very cool. This is 1357, but it can't be a 3 because I can't repeat a 3 on the line. So there must be a 3 in here, and this is not a 3. I can't put a 3 on this line. This is a multiple of 6 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, it can't be 6, so it could be... Could it be 12? Yeah, it could be 12. So 12, 18, 24... Can't be 30 because I'd need to put a 9 in the cage and I can't. So it's 12, 18 or 24. Either way, it's even, but they could still be 4 odds, couldn't they? Well, I can't put a 9 in it. So 7, 5, 3 and 1 doesn't get me any... Oh, hang on. 7, 5, 3 and 1 is 5 and 1, 7 and 3, does not sum to a multiple. So there has to be even digits in here. So there's 2 even and 2 odds in here. Because if I did 1 even and 3 odds, it'd be an odd total, but it's a multiple of 6. So there's 2 evens and 2 odds. So I have to put 2 evens in that cage. And I need to put 1 more odd in the cage. What about this cage? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we know it's a multiple of 10, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 cells. So it doesn't have a 5 in it. There's no 5 there. One of these is even. These are 2, 4, and 8. Well, that's not an 8. So this is a 2 or a 4. But I just know that one of these is odd, one of these is even. The options are way too high. These are 2, 4, and 8. Well, I can't put an 8 on a V clue. I can't put a 5 or a 7 on a V clue. So that's been there for ages. I just ignored the V clue for some stupid reason. I've got one more odd in this column. Both of those can't be even because then that would be even. So one of those would have to, and then I'd have 5 evens in the box. So one of those has to be odd. So that has to be the even and that has to be the odd. That's right, isn't it? Because if both of these are even, then all 3 of those are even and I've blown the even total. So one of those is odd. Could be here and both of those even. Could be here and then that's even. But either way, that's even. And if that's even, to make this an even total, that has to be odd. This is 6. It's the only place in the box for a 6. That's been there forever. So now, can I do anything with this? Because I had 6 and 6 looking in the box and they've been odd since the beginning. Ah, so dumb. So can I do anything with this now? Because these have to sum to a multiple of 6 plus 3. Because I've already got 9 and I've got to get to a multiple of 6. So they can't sum to 9. So the next one is 15. And then 21. And then 27. 27 would be a problem, wouldn't it? Oh, maybe not. Oh, hang on. 27 is a problem if I can't use a 6. Because 4, it'll be 4, 6, 8, 9. And I can't do that. But I do have others. So these are from 1, 5. Hang on, these can't be 3 or 9. This is a 1, 5, 7 triple. There's a 3 in here. This is a 1, 5, 7 triple on the line. What's this? I'm not sure. So this is 1, 7, or 9. Because it sees 3 and 5. So this is 1, 5, 7. So there is a 2, a 4, or an 8 with a 3 in here. I'm missing something. So I've got 4 odds in this column. So I've only got 1 more odd to place. Now I've already looked at this. I've got 1 more even to place in this row. This line. So this line either takes up the last of the odds or the last of the evens. Wait a minute. So if this is the last of the odds, this is an odd-even pair. And if this is the last of the evens, this is an odd-even pair. There's always an odd in here, and all of these are even. Because if this is all even, this is odd. And if this is all odd, I've got all 5 odds, and this is even. This is odd-even. These are all even. And now I've got all of the evens in the row. These are all odd. I've now got 4 odds in this box. These are even. I've now got 3 evens in the column, and this must be odd. This is all of the odds. These are even. I've now got all 4 evens in the row. This is odd. This is from... Wait a minute. No, I'm fine. But these are from 1, 3, 7, 9, and there's no 9 in there. This is a 9. So this is 1, 5, or 7. There's a 9 down here somewhere. That's not that helpful. But 1, 3, 7 makes this a 5. And I can't repeat a 5 on the line. This is a 1, 7. And I can't repeat 1, 7 in the cage. This is a 9. So now, can't I figure out the cage total? Because 1 and 7 is... Hang on, maybe I can do it by multiples. Actually, I'm not sure. So 1, 7 is 8 plus 6 is 14. Plus 3 is 17. Plus 9 is 26. (26) plus 2 would get me to 28, which is not a multiple of 6. This has to be the 4. So these are 2 and 6. So these are 4 and 8. Which means this is a 2. And this is a 3, 8 pair. Which means there's no 8 there. And this is the 8 and this is the 3 because of the runs of digits. So this is even and this is odd. And I can tell what these are. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 7. Which means this is a 5, which I had from the 1, 7 here. But these are all odd now, which means these are all even. No, I need to be in color mode. Which means these are 2, 4, and 6. That is cool. Okay, there's no 5 in either of those. So this is a 1, 3, 7. So that's the 5. Okay. Now I knew something about this. This has to sum to an even total. So this needs an even and an odd. There's no 4 here. This is 2 or 8. There's a 9 up here. Because I can't. Where do I put 9 in this row? It has to be in one of those two. So where's 9 in this column? Because it can't go here because 9 is up here and it's not down here. This is a 9. So these are from 137. Okay. Oh, this 9 is telling me where the 9 is. It's right there. 6 is on this line because it can't be here because of that one and it can't be here because of this one. So this, it's 2 or 8. Which puts 4 down here because I can't put 4 there or there. So 4 is in here. So this can't be 4 or 6. This is 2 or 8. This 5 takes 5 out of there. 5 is in one of those two. Yeah. One of these is even. I don't know. 2 of these are odd. Hang on, I've got all the evens in this column. Those 2 are odd. So this is even. This is an odd and an even. Four odds in the row. These can't be odd because then I'd have 6 odds in the row. These are even. This is odd. And this is the makeup I said I'd have to have. I got the extra odd and the even. This is 2 or 6. And that's all the evens in the column. These are odd. So this cage is summing to a multiple of 6. Sorry, don't point at the screen. Use the mouse pointer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've already got 5. So this has to sum to 7. Well, these are 1, 3, and 7. So let's put those in. So I've got something here. So this could sum to 7, which would make this 12, and that would work. The next one up is 7 plus 6, which is 13. So this would sum to 13. 13 plus 5 is 18. That would work. The next one up is... Sorry, 7, 13, 19. 19 plus 5 is 24. Can I get this to 19? No, because 7, 6, and 6 is 19, but I'd have to double the 6, so I can't get to 19. So, this is either 7 or 13. Now, if this was 4, 6, that would be... Hang on, this can't be 3. So if this is 4, 6... I'm already over 7 and I can't make it 13. So I can't make this 4, 6. So does that mean there has to be a 2 in it? Yeah, it does. Because if this is 6, this is 2. And if this is 4 and I made this 6, this is already over 7 and it can't be 13. So there is a 2 in here. Both of those cells see that one. That becomes the 6. That becomes the 2. There's no 6 in either of these. Oh, this 2 sees that one by the cage. That's 4 and that's 2. And now this is 6 plus 5 is 11. If this is a 1, that's 12. And either of those work. Oh, that's mean. So this cage is now done. This cage is now done. This cage is not done. All I remember... This cage is done and this cage is done. So I need to figure out this cage because I've forgotten what I'd learned about it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cells. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this was the example that summed to 10. So it can't have a 5 in it. Well, I can't put a 5 in there. This can't be a... So all I know from that is this can't be a 5. It's 1, 3, 7, or 9. Yeehaw. I've now got 4 odds in this column. These are both even. I've got 4 evens. This is odd. I've got all the odds in the box. These are even. I've got all the evens in the column. These are odd. These can't be even or I'd end up with too many evens. So those are odd. I've got all the odds in the box. These are even. Got all the evens in the row. This is odd. I've got now this bungham's even. And I've done all the parity colouring. 2, 2 makes this 2. This is a 6, 8. I can probably just do the blue as its own puzzle now. I can't put 5 in this cage. This is a 5, which means this is not a 5. This 2 makes this an 8. This is 2, 4, 6. And there's a 2, 4 looking at it. This is a 6. This is an 8. There's no 6 here. The 8 makes this 2, which makes this 4, which makes this 2, which makes this 4, and makes this 8. This is a 6. This is an 8. I probably can just do all of the puzzle. This is a 4. This is an 8. This is a 2. This is a 6. This is a 2. This is a 4, 6. There's no 2 here. This is the 2 because the 2's in the box looking up. This is a 4, 8. This 4 looks up, making this 8, this 4, this 6, this 4, this 8, and this 6. And I've done all the blues. Now I've just got to figure out what to do for the odd digits. And with odd even puzzles, if you remember from when I was doing a lot of polarizing Sudoku puzzles, I did get to the point where when you've split out the odd and even, you can often do this. I reckon I've remembered some stuff about this puzzle. So I'm kind of glad I called out that I've seen this before. So 5 goes in one of those two. So this is 1, 3, 7. Nine is in one of those two. Actually, where is 9 in this column? Can't go here, can't go here, can't go here. So this is the 9. So this is not the 9. And this is 1, 3, 7. Well, that's not that helpful. This is 1, 3, 7. So this becomes 9. And this is 1, 5, or 7. One, 5, 7, 1, 3, 7. This is 1, 5, 7. These are both 1, 3, 5, 7. And these are 1, 3, 5, 7. The only thing I can see to disambiguate this is this cage, but 1 or 7 works to make this a multiple of 6. Let's put them in 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. So that digit goes in here. So it becomes that one because digits can't repeat online. So that digit goes in here and becomes that one. But those are the same digits anyway. Those digits Can't repeat on the line or there. So these digits are those two digits. So if that's a 5, that's a 5, and that works. If that's 5, then that's 5, and that works as well. Is there a... I was checking if that digit sees everything on the line. No, but that's a 137 triple on the line. So that's a 5. So that's not a 5. That's not a 5. So in this box, the 3 is on the line. So there's no 3 there. That's a 1-7 pair. So that's the 5. That's the 3. There's no 3 here. There's no 5 here. This is a 137 in the box. So that's a 5. This is not the 5. This is the 5. I think I've done all the 5s now. Right, and in this box, the 3 has to be in the cage. So that's not the 3. This is the 3, which means this isn't the 3. This is the 3, which makes this the 1, which makes this the 7, which on the line makes that a 1, which means there's no other 1 in the cage. This is clever. There's no 7 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 1 in either of those. This 1 looks over making this 7 and this 1, which makes this 7 and this 1, which looks down making this 7 and this 1, which looks over making this 3 and this 1. The 3 looks over making this 7 and this 3. Now this 1 means that's not 1. This isn't 1. So this is the 1 in this one because I had the 3-7 pair. The 7 in this column looks down making this the 1 and this the 7. This 1 looks down, making this 7 and this 1. And this 7 looks across, making this 3, this 7. The 7 looks down, making this 3 and this 7. And that is Parity in Pink by TidepoolSalts. That was a very nifty little puzzle. I like that one. I remember taking a lot longer the first time I solved this, so I imagine something sparked in the back of my brain to remind me how this one worked. Yeah, cool puzzle. Thank you, TidepoolSalts, for coming back and giving me permission to do your puzzle. I hope you enjoyed this one as well as everything else. As I said, I have no idea how often I'm going to be posting D&D videos. I could be posting one every few days. I could be posting one like every 3 weeks. I don't know. It's just whenever I get a chance, and I'm really busy right now and I'm wanting to relax. I'm sitting there and I'm doing some solo D&D. Really interesting mechanic for how that works. At least I think so. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.